Hey guys, it's Callie. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys see, this is the part 2 of how to have a clean save file. I also added some must-have mods for general gameplay. So without further ado, let's go ahead. By the way, before anything else, make sure you have a backup of your saves folder because the first step is gonna be about saves. Since we're done with the lots or editing the world on the first video that you guys see in there, if you haven't watched that yet, I recommend that you do, but it's okay if you don't. So first and foremost, let's literally clean our saves. So first of all, whenever you're playing, you're going to click this, right? And you're going to save. I'm showing this just for you guys to know the difference, alright? Because we're going to navigate into our saves folder after this. So I'm going to click that save, and you see that it is saving right there. And then this one, however, save as, and you're going to navigate which one does it belong to. So it actually belongs in my Callie's save file because this one is a different save. So I'm going to save it there, right? But I also have the save file backup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it on both save files. And another one, since I have two saves for this world. And now it's time to navigate into our save folder. And now that we successfully saved our game, we're going to the Documents, Electronic Arts, Sims 4, and we're going to navigate on our saves folder. Now, reason why I want to show this, because some of you guys are like me, someone like me, I had my game very laggy and glitchy. It's because it has many versions of saves. Right now, I've cleaned mine already, so these are the only ones left. But if it's your first time navigating on your saves folder, then you must have known that this folder right here is full of slots. Like, I'm telling you guys, it's really full. So before anything, let's go and make a backup of our saves. In order for you to do that, let's go and create a new folder in here. So let's say I created a folder and I named it saves. And now I'm going to open this folder. And since you just newly did this, this is how I make my backup. Okay, and then I'm going to click all of this and I'm going to copy it and make a backup here on this folder. And since I've made a backup already of my saves, I'm gonna go back to the saves folder of my Sims 4. As you guys see, there's a slot number 2 save and there are various versions. These are the ones that you really don't need. It's either the version 1, 2, or the file that has been automatically saved before you used the save as. Because in The Sims 4, it's either it's your previous saved or it's the one that is not the latest. So I'm gonna do is I'm going to delete all these versions and I'm only gonna leave this one, the one that has save file in it, because that's the latest one. And you can see it also through the time, which one is the latest. So if you're not going to keep this one, or this is the one that you're planning to play with, let's say that you fucked up your latest saved and you want to go back to this version in here, then you might as well want to keep this. But if you want to just play with the latest one that you've saved, then I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to delete this one and this one over here. Since I had 2 slots that I showed earlier, so I have 2 slots that are after that one. And this slot number 5 save is my save file that was below the 2 slots that I was using. As you guys see earlier, there had been 3 slots in there. So this one has no 0 versions. or version whatever, because I cleaned it already and I didn't play with this slot, so there's no versions at it. So I mean for this slot. So what I'm gonna do is, since I saved 2 slots for that game, I have 2 slots in here. So I'm going to delete this version 0 and version 1. And there you go. That's just it. That's literally how to clean it. And for sure, if it's your first time to navigate on your saves and clean it, you have to be careful, because the file in here should say save file and it should be the latest one. Okay? And now that we're done with that, I'm going to go back to my Sims 4. So back to our game, guys. Reason why we did those steps is for our game to be less laggy and glitchy. Some of y'all know on my recent video that I created a save file, a new one. It's because I keep on getting the last exemption error message, and I did clean all my mods folder, everything, but it keeps on showing. Although it did not affect my game, I just get so annoyed when that happened. So I started a new save, then migrated all my builds and households to the new one. And I stopped getting the error after that. I cannot say that is how it's gonna happen for you guys, but what I'm sure of is it helped me with the sudden lags and glitches on my game. So let's go to the next step. So now about the households or the Sims in your world. First one is giving the townies some makeovers and make sure that they are moved into the other folders. I'm gonna give this one for example, since the gods, I actually did a makeover on the gods, even though I'm not planning to play with them. So I'm just going to move them into the other households. So as you guys see in here, my households are all pretty and they're all actually well dressed. It's because I gave some of them a makeover whenever I'm bored, because sometimes we get too bored in our game and we kind of just, select on random townies and give them makeover because they're the ones who built your world. If you're not planning to play with them, might as well just move them to it. We don't want our save to be messy and all lots to be occupied by some that we don't intend to play with. This is also for us to have them in a specific role, and I'm gonna explain that in a bit. Next step is deleting unnecessary households or fugly ones, or ones that EA generates. So while you're navigating in your other households, I'm gonna scroll down because these are the ones that has probably what EA spawned into. Oh wait, oh my goodness, I don't have any. Wait, I'ma just scroll. Okay y'all, so I don't have much, which is I'm really happy about. See, it means some of the steps that I'm about to explain is really, I'm not gonna say it's really effective, it's effective on me. So since I have no random townies generated in here, it just means that some of the steps are effective. So in here, these are really not naked. These are the ones that I made as I made strippers obviously, but yeah, I'm glad. But let's say there is a household in here that I don't like at all. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So I'm going to delete her since I don't like her. So we're just going to delete all the unnecessary households that are in here to avoid having them spawn on lots that they don't even match with the people that are in there. So next one is using the MCC command center mod. Don't worry guys, we're not going to do the complicated step. Let's go ahead to our computer and click the MC command center, and down here is I'm gonna go to MC population. So here let's go to population settings, and here we can actually edit the percentage of the Sims age that you want to put. So for me, I want to populate my world with adults, so 100. And then I don't want the percentage like this one. As you guys see, it is 0 because I don't want any elder or baby, just 1% infant. I mostly want just adults, so I put 100. And as you guys see, there's a pop-up in here that it needs to be restarted. If you don't have enough households in your library, you can also get from the gallery. So here you can see the NPC service roles. So what I want to do is I'm going to actually save them in my library. And now that we are in here, let's go to the gallery and save. So I'm just gonna get the NPC that I saved from the gallery, and I'm just going to put them here. And once you've done that, you're going to evict them. Because sometimes when we put them in a lot, they're going to have some changes, like in careers or in different things, so they will not be put into a specific role that you want them to be in. So since we've put them, they should be in here in the other households. Oh wait, they're here, so I'm going to put them there in other households. So they're just there for them to be in a specific service role. Now, the next mod that we're going to talk about is the Assign NPC Jobs by 0. This mod requires the Lot 51 core, so I suggest you download that one also. Now, if you can remember, we did not put the NPC Sims in a lot because we would not be able to assign them in specific service roles. So on your mailbox, you can just click in here and you'd see the Assign NPC roles. And here we have community roles, bartender, gym trainer, market stall vendor. It's important that you assign. So let's say for the bartender, our options are Addison Baker, Amid, Ann Lentz, Cleo. So these are the Sims that I have put in other households that we can use to assign. I'm going to put Addison, Trixie, and William Rogers. So it says in here, successfully assigned to the NPC role bartender. Another option is when you shift click into a sim, and this is the sim that we're pertaining to, right? So we're gonna see in here 0 cheats. Click that, assign NPC role, and we can assign that specific sim to that role. And I know he's in live mode because he is actually Candy's neighbor. It will conflict to his job and also to the role that you are trying to put him into. So it's best if you shift click into an NPC sim before you assign them into a community role, so there would be no conflictions regarding to their career and the service role that they need to fill in with. It is really important, guys, that you assign an NPC sim because EA will generate random townie if you don't assign any roles, because who would fill those if they weren't assigned? So next one is using skin overlays or eyes overlay or any overlays as your default. This is about the aesthetic look of your Sims in your game. So what I use are the Lumia skin. So that's my skin default as of now, and I love that. It's called the vanilla skin. I use that default because it's just really plain and simple, But I'm planning to change it into a Lazarus default skin just because I like the lighting there better, but I haven't changed it yet. So yeah, here I'm going to quickly show you guys what my Sims look like. Here, these are the townies, and you know, they all look great and they all match with each other. And by the way, I have Candy in here, guys. As you guys know, she's from the Davis gameplay. And here you can see that even, you know, even the service roles in this community, they all look great. Not a single townie in here looks weird and all. So that's the perks of having a default skin in your game. Now, this one is pretty optional. Of course, with all the effort we put into, we don't want our Sims to just die. So just like me, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open my MC command, MCC settings, gameplay settings, and then I'm gonna go with Sims die on lot. I have this disabled because I don't want my Sims to just die. And the other one is Sims are immortal. I have this enabled because I don't want my Sims dying, but if you want like a realistic gameplay, you can have this disabled. But for me, each and every sim that I have in my save is carefully planned. And remember, whenever there's an NPC sim that had just died, you have to go and get another NPC sim to fill that role. So that's about it. I change it. But this is optional, guys. I'm telling you, this is optional. So since we're done with the townies, last and final mod that I'm going to showcase is for your gameplay on your save file using the UI cheats. So using the UI cheats and just one click, you can cheat anything by just doing this. So what you're gonna do is you're going to right click on the UI and here that you wanted to cheat. For example, I want to cheat the time. I'm going to right click this. And for example, I want to cheat her mood or whatever. I'm going to right click that. And you guys, did you guys see that? So she went from, I don't know what that, inspired to confident. And then I'm going to cheat this again. Right click. She's still confident. For example, crawling in my skin, I'm gonna right click that and that's gone. Friendships in here, so I'm going to right click this and you know. But what my favorite thing about this is changing the weather. So it's sunny and it's hot, so I'm gonna change it into heavy rain. Remember, it will not change ASAP. It depends on the time speed of your game. So as you guys see earlier, I set the time speed into 40, which is almost 2 times of the length here in The Sims. But I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but it is now raining. It will not change on the exact thing that you change because it will change gradually. It wouldn't change in just from sunny to heavy rain ASAP. It has to go through these things in here, but it's already raining, so there we go. So that's about it, guys. So just a little disclaimer, I'm not saying that these steps will remove the random fugly townies spawning. This is just to minimize the chance of it happening. It's really part of the game having random sims spawning, especially if there's a role needed to fit in that lot. So I recommend that you assign NPCs and you get some NPCs from the gallery also to fill those roles. And thank you guys for watching. Let me know what video you want to see next.